Well, look what we have here. We have siding on the ends of our trailer. The factory trim out people came this week. They showed up and they got it done. So it looks fantastic. Also, my Uncle Carter, my cousin Matt, offered to come and build that little platform for me for my air conditioner. It came out good. It's all I need. They even had some stones that they put in the ground and they used to level it up. So I have stones on each corner, and they went ahead and took the time to run a level on it and make sure that it was flat for the surface. So I really appreciate that. It means a world to me. It was very much a surprise to have that crew call me Tuesday wanting to come Wednesday. And they worked all Wednesday afternoon. They didn't get here till right after lunch because they had a house they were doing in Houma, Louisiana, and they had to finish it, didn't come to us. But they finished it, got here Wednesday afternoon, and they worked all day Thursday, and then they came back Friday, and we're probably here till about 2 o'clock Friday. And so look at all what they got done. I no longer have what looks like 2 trailers shoved together. It's now finished. They sheetrocked that whole beam. I really wasn't sure what they were gonna do. I wasn't sure if they were putting some kind of faux beam in or what, but they basically just sheetrocked it to match my wall. And then they taped and floated and finished it and everything. So that looks good. And then on the floor, they just have a little raised transition piece that goes across that crack on your floor. And it's the same way in every room. You know, they just use those transition pieces. But they also had to come back and do the trim around the doors because all of that was just raw wood and just showing where the trailers met. These outside trims on your door are very deep, and that's because this is where the trailer meets. The inside parts of the door were already trimmed out from when you bought the trailer because they can trim this inside part. It's this part that they have to kind of come back and finish. So in every room, they came and they put light bulbs in for me, and they hung my light fixtures. They did any kind of trimming that needed to be done, and all of the little cracks that were above my doors were fixed. I really had a couple of pretty bad ones around this bedroom door, but all that got fixed. And when you opened up these closets for the bedrooms, of course, like this wall right here was just where the 2 trailers met and all. So now all that is just finished out. Nice, neat trim work. The guys were very nice. And they did a good job. And I felt good with them around here. They were very trustworthy. And so everything went good. And at the end, we had a little phone call between us and the crew that was here and their boss, who was stationed in Texas. And then with the Sunshine Mobile Home Manufacturers, the owner of the company got on the phone, and they just all worked to make sure that I was happy with everything. If there was anything just off the wall that I should have checked that I didn't think of, you know, it may not have got checked. But all of these refrigerators, appliances, whatever, they had just tons of tape and everything on them. There's still a little bit left. I think they just got it to where I could open things and look in them. And then the refrigerator, he did pull it out while I was talking to him yesterday, and he double checked to make sure the water had been connected, and it had. I still don't have lights, so I can't test any of this, but I have confidence that it's gonna work. They even put like pneumatic things on my doors so that they won't stay open, so that they'll kind of shut after you go out of them. So I appreciated that. It's on both of my doors. As I said, it was a surprise when they called and said they could come, and would I be okay with them coming? I said, certainly. I told them, I said, I don't have lights yet. I know you need lights to come and everything. And they decided just to, because of the logistics, because they were already in Louisiana working on a house in Houma, because it would be easier to do mine and then go back to Texas for Thanksgiving, and not have to come back to Louisiana just to do one house, they decided to just rent a generator at the Home Depot about 30 miles from me, and just come on up here and finish their work using that rented generator. So smart decision, I think, because if you can just rent a generator and keep a crew busy and then travel home and not have to pay that crew days to come back, because they stayed in a hotel 2 nights just doing my trailer, not counting what they stayed to do the other people's trailer. So if you can get these guys off the road and back towards where their home base is, it's worth renting a generator to do that. So I'm glad they did that, and I'm glad they got it done. And the thing that helps me out and that I'm excited about is the fact that I don't have to know that when I'm moving in this trailer, I have work crews coming to finish anything. It's done. It's already done. So I can hang pictures now. I can put furniture wherever I need to put it without worrying about having to move it later for sheetrock dust or everything that goes along with fixing sheetrock and things like that. So I'm so excited that they not just came to do the ends of the trailer and to do the parts where they put it together. I'm pleased that while they were here, they just went ahead and went around and looked at everything and fixed every little thing that they could fix. So you can always go around any new construction, any new place, and you can find a nick here and there or something. You can, I call it ninny picking. I could go around and ninny pick a little bit and say, oh, I wish they had put just a little more bead of caulk here or there. But in general, it is done well, and they got it finished, and they did a neat job, and they cleaned up after themselves. They mopped my trailer, and I just felt like they took care of my place, and they took care of the little punch list that never actually got made, but they just kind of went around and took care of it on their own. And I appreciate that customer service, and they were very nice people. So I didn't mind working with them, and I didn't mind them being up here even when we weren't around. And so far so good. I've had a lot of trustworthy people up here working for me, and I appreciate that. That really, in my book, that takes a big load off of my mind. So this crew was really good. So far I'm very appreciative of the Sunshine Mobile Homes, and I'm appreciative of the quality of their finished work, and just the home in general. So I'm looking forward to moving in. We're getting ready to move in. We've got to get through Thanksgiving. I'm not going to rock a boat around Thanksgiving. We've got to get this electrical issue taken care of. And I'm going to walk you outside and just kind of show you what's going on with that and why I don't have my lights yet. Now, I had put in a request for the electricity the other day, and they were willing to work with me. They came out and inspected, and we're pretty much going to okay it to cut my lights on. But I had one issue that I got flagged for. And I guess I can't complain if there's only one issue, but this is what it is. This is my meter pan on our outdoor pole. And when you open it, you just see the guts of everything. Apparently, there's supposed to be a cover on the inside of this. And I'm going to be completely honest, my electrician told me that when he was here. He texted me and told me, you're missing your interior cover for your exterior box. So this right here is the exterior cover, technically. On the inside, there's supposed to be an inside cover. Now, I didn't really know what that was. I didn't know what it looked like. I didn't really understand the importance of it. But basically, it's a piece of metal that covers this whole area. And the only thing that really sticks out is your breakers. Your breakers stick out, your main breaker, which is the on-off breaker there, and then these 2 breakers there. That would be the only thing that kind of pokes out of that metal, and the rest of these wires that are just everywhere in here, they end up behind the metal so that they're protected. And so everything, even though it looks a little chaotic in there, everything is done right and looks right, but I don't have it covered. Now, everybody in America has heard things about supply chains, and this is one of those issues that is affected by supply chains. I got lucky because even though the company that makes my actual meter pan box that's hanging on this pole, okay, they've went out of business, which would be a bad thing. But I was able to find, my son-in-law actually did it for me. He got on the internet and he found out where I could get a replacement cover. He found the model number for me and he found out who carries it. It's a big, huge corporation called Eaton Corporation, and they sell all kind of things that are like replacement things for electrical, for all kind of machinery. It's a huge corporation. And the good part is Baton Rouge happens to have a branch of Eaton Corporation in Baton Rouge on Airline Highway. It's this huge, big, mega building, and they actually sell these covers, which are very hard to find. Come to find out. I mean, you have to kind of go through the process to start understanding that this part you're looking for is not easy to find. So, got lucky, found out that Eaton carries it. I don't know that they make them, but they carry them. But they don't sell to people like me. They won't sell to just individuals. So I got on their distributor list and I started calling people in my area who were registered distributors of these parts. And I was able, it was just a good thing because I was able to say, look, I know what part I need. Here's the number, here's the manufacturer. Can you just find out if y'all have it in your system? Well, nobody did. There are two places I realized later on my list that I ended up not calling because I got diverted in a different direction. I am going to call those two on my list first thing in the morning. A lot of these supply houses will open at 7:30 because they deal with a lot of contractors and people are up early working and stuff. So I'm going to call those two in the morning just to make sure I've done all my due diligence to try to find this cover. But the other people that I called, and they would get on their computers and they would check every store in their system if they had out-of-town stores and everything, and nobody had this part that I'm looking for. And one guy at one of the distributorships, he was just honest with me, and he told me, he said, I just don't know if you're going to be able to find this right now. He said they're not showing that they even have it in their warehouse. They carry it, but they don't have it. And he said that they're showing that if he ordered it, say he ordered it for me from them, that it would be a minimum 10-day delivery. He said what that's telling him right now is that they don't have it. And he said he doubts it would be a 10-day delivery. He thinks he would end up getting a notification from them saying it's back ordered and they don't know when they're going to get it. He said a lot of times they'll just put on their 10-day delivery, but that doesn't really mean you're going to get it in 10 days. So I'm sitting there, you know, what do I do? Of course the supply chain is shut down with this item. Of course I need one. It should be in here. Somebody took it out. At some point, someone needed one for theirs, and mine is gone. Now I think it's been gone since we bought this property. They haven't stolen it since we got this property, but at some point it was taken out of this box. But anyway, so he told me, he said, look, he said a lot of people just manufacture these out of sheet metal. He said, if you know somebody that can fabricate this out of sheet metal, he said, why don't you just do some measurements where your breakers have to be, those holes where your breakers show through, those are called knockout holes. I'm learning all this stuff. So he said, you need to figure out exactly where your knockout holes need to be and measure everything. And he said, you could have somebody fabricate that for you. And he gave me a number of somebody, and but my ex-son-in-law does this. He and his dad has a company, they have a sheet metal fabrication shop, and they do this. So I texted him and I asked him if he could help me with it. And he said yes, and he's supposed to come out here tomorrow. Today's Sunday, he's supposed to come out here tomorrow and measure this for me himself, which I would rather he do, because when you're gonna manufacture an item, the measurements have to be really good. And it's not that I can't measure something, but when you're measuring an opening, that's one thing. Okay, I can measure the opening, but I need to tell him exactly where these knockout holes need to be for my breakers, and the breakers are sunk back into the box 2 or 3 inches. So it's not like you can lay a piece of poster board there and just trace them or anything like that. You know, they're sunk back into the box. So those measurements have to be done really well in a correct way. And also the person that's fabricating it knows the metal. They know their margin of error. They know, okay, if I get this off a little bit, it's no big deal. I can do this, or I can do that, or fabricate another one, or whatever. And he may even want to come out here and retrofit it for making sure, and then go back and do something else with it. So I appreciate it being done. I appreciate him helping me. That's just another person that has stepped up to help me, just like my Uncle Carter and my cousin Matt that did the air conditioner stand. I keep having people just step up that are willing to help us, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. So I get a little teared up. As we're rolling into Thanksgiving, and as we're just, you know, the whole holiday season coming up, I am truly blessed. I'm truly thankful. I don't know if I'm going to do another video before Thanksgiving. I'm going to try to be really present to my family this holiday. I'm going to try to help my daughter as much as possible, get the house all cleaned up and ready to go for the relatives coming over. I'm going to help her cook. I've done a lot of shopping already. I've done a little prep cooking already and put some things in the freezer so that we're not as crazy in the days right before Thanksgiving, or the day of, the night before and everything, the morning of. So I want to just be present. So I'm just going to go ahead and say now, you know, how thankful I am for everything. Not just this house, though I am extremely thankful for this house, but mostly just for the opportunities that we've had, for the people that have just stepped in the gap for us throughout this whole time. Since January of 2021, I've just had so many people step forward and just be there for us. And I really, there's nothing I can do to really repay it. I appreciate it so much. Richard's thankful. We have so much to be thankful for. I have no problems sitting around a Thanksgiving table and coming up with something to say I can be thankful for. I have no problems with that, because we're kind of dripping in it. We're just dripping in grace. So I appreciate that. And I do thank everybody that watches my channel. Still a small channel. Today is actually November 20th. I was intending to do a video on November 20th, but I ended up doing it about the trailer and not about what I was going to do it about. I might catch up on that later. But basically, this is the 1-year anniversary of this channel. I had a lot of goals for it, as far as I wanted at the 1-year mark, if possible, to be at my 1,000 subscribers. I wanted to be at the watch hours that I needed to start maybe getting monetized. You know, I'd love to have that monetized aspect of my channel kick in at some point. That would be great. That would help a lot. But I'm not gonna worry about it too much right now. I'm not gonna worry about it. I've got too much going on. I'm kind of doing the best I can with the channel right now until I get a little more stability under my feet, living here, being able to garden, doing things. Right now, we're just a mile a minute, and we're staying with our daughter and things. So things aren't as stable as I'd want them to be to really say, oh, my focus can be on this channel. But that's gonna come. And I haven't even got on my analytics, and I can't even tell you the last time. I have no idea how many viewing hours that I have. I think I've went over 2,000. You're supposed to have 4,000. I think I'm over the 2,000 mark, but I really don't know. Hadn't been looking. I'm around 365 subscribers. I appreciate every one of them. I do have good responses to my videos, so I have nothing to complain about. And things will happen when they need to happen. Things will happen. Or they won't. I don't know. I don't know how to really, I admire people who can just say, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to create a brand, and I'm going to work that brand, and I'm going to have multi-levels of income coming in from all these different sources, and I'm going to do merch, and I'm going to do this and that. God bless them. God bless them. I don't have all that kind of energy sometimes. It ebbs and flows, but I have a lot going on in my life, so I'm kind of just giving my channel over to God. I think that I would rather have quality viewers that appreciate my channel and that kind of hang around for the long term and follow our story than to just get a whole bunch of subscribers that don't turn on notifications, or if they do get notifications, they're so bogged down in so many other channels they don't watch me. I'd rather just grow it slow and steady and have a really good base. And I think I have a really good base already. There's some great people that follow me, some great people that comment on my videos. And though every now and then you do get a little loony bird that might comment on your channel every now and then. That happens. In general, I just get the most wonderful feedback, and I have the nicest people that comment on my stuff and that watch me, and I try to support them if I can. And there's a lot of people that don't have channels. They just simply make themselves present to my channel. They choose to watch it, and they choose to click on it, and wow. I'm shocked. I really, sometimes I don't know. You don't know what you don't know. I don't know what it is that I do or don't do that people like or don't like. I just try to be myself. I just try to be honest, and I'm trying to be a little informative here lately because I'm learning all this as I go. And if I can learn something that might help you or save you money, I'll be glad to. But here shortly, I'm going to have some lights. Here shortly, I'll be moving stuff in. I'll be getting an air conditioner unit, skirting, and a ramp, hopefully. Be moving some stuff in. And we will just really, really, really begin life on Hilltop Home Place. Thank y'all so much for following me. Have a happy Thanksgiving, a great Thanksgiving, a relaxing Thanksgiving. And just be present to your families if possible. Be present to your families. Love you. Thank you. Bye-bye. This is Lainey from Hilltop Home Place.